Here's to the laughter. Here's to the time we watched go by. Here's to the love you gave, 'cause it's about you. Here's to the way you call my name, and to the love we shared. I think of us on sunny days, 'cause it's about you.
In some way, every person longs to be remembered, and remembered for something good.
We long to know that being here really mattered, that we made a difference in others' lives, and for many, that difference might be more than they guessed.
At Langland's, we help people reflect and remember. We help them tell the stories of the people they love. And although sometimes it can hurt, it really is the first step on the path of healing.
You feel very empty. A big part of your life is gone.
I always felt that I can deal with anything in the most horrible situations because I have been through it, I've lived through it. But when a family member is affected, all of that strength and training and professionalism kind of falls by the side.
Well, I'd planned my mom and my dad's funeral in the past in Lansing, and so I knew what kind of things you have to do to plan a funeral. But to plan my husband's funeral, it's different.
It's tough. It's really hard. But we all made it through, and you're pretty much not wanting to think about death or the funeral arrangement. You think it's going to be very dreadful and scary, and you're not going to be able to make your mind up, and who's going to help you, and there's so many things to do. But when you come to Langland's, they sit you down and they go through every step with you. They take the pressure away.
A lot of things in life hurt, and they hurt a lot. Giving birth to a child, I'm told, hurts a great deal. The truth is, though, that just because something hurts doesn't mean that we have to shun it or put it aside. It is actually the pain that helps us realize that we need each other. Grief is painful no matter what. Grief done alone is more painful than grief done in groups.
It took a few years to get back into the swing of things, so to speak. And my children were very close to me, and they said, "Dad, you're being very selfish." And I wondered about why they were saying that, and they said, "You act like you're the only one that's lost somebody. You lost your wife, but you got to remember that we lost our mother, and we need each other." And that was a big eye-opening to me.
Sometimes we hear things like,
"I just don't know what to do. I just need your help."
but that's where it all begins.
Everyone has a story to tell, if you ask the right questions. What was really important in their life? What made them laugh? Who and what did they really love?
They lay everything out for you. There's no surprises. And they listen so well to you. They listen and they encourage you along the way. They give you advice, but it's advice that's going to make you feel comfortable, not something they're leading you down the lane with.
They're very professional. They know their business, and they know that you're having a hard time and that it's it's stressful for you. But they try to allay that and work with you.
Essentially, what we need to do in funerals is the same thing we do in grief. That's to remember the life that was lived, reaffirm the values we hold, realize that death has occurred and that grief hurts, and release the dead so that we who are living can go on about the business of living.
It's really about your family, your times, and your story. And there are lots of ways a story can be told.
You may like a quiet time for reflection, maybe in candlelight, or you might like doing some things that remember and celebrate their life.
Through the years, we've helped all kinds of families with a great variety of ideas. Let our experience help you.
All cultures seem to have 6 essential components in their memorial ceremonies. They are: first, significant symbols; second, gathering of people; third, a connection to heritage; fourth, ritual action; fifth, healing touch; and sixth, transition of the dead from here to somewhere else. When we put all of those 6 together, we don't forget any, we don't leave any out, it seems that that helps us to enact this moment in order to make sense out of the chaos of early grief.
There were so many people, and they did such a wonderful job. And I think the timing, of course, run over farther than what we ever anticipated. But that evening went very well.
My husband had quite a following of friends throughout his life, and I expected a lot of people, and it was great. It was a nice time to be able to touch base with everyone I hadn't seen in years. I mean, when a person lives as long as that, you've touched a lot of different lives.
Even months later, I'm still hearing that it's one of the best services I've ever been to. You know, it was a celebration of his life. It wasn't feeling sorry because he was gone. Yep, you're going to miss him, but you made it so joyful to know that he touched so many people.
One of the fears people bring is,
you don't understand. You don't know how this feels.
and it's true, we can't know exactly, but we do know how to help.
You deserve people who will listen and take the time. People who can help you tell your stories.
So when you look back, you'll have a sense of comfort knowing you did what you believe was right.
It was probably about a month after Jeff's funeral service that Todd called me to ask me if I was doing okay. And he said, I'm putting it in my calendar. I'm going to call you at the 3-month mark, because that's usually when everybody stops calling. That's when everybody stops bringing food. That's when everybody stops making sure that you're going to be okay. He goes, I'm going to mark that in my calendar. He goes, I'm going to make sure that I call. And he did. How many funeral directors do you know are going to call you out of the blue saying, hey, how's it going? You all right? What's going on with you and the kids? And he did. And it was heartwarming. It showed that they not only cared about what they provide for you, but they care about you.
Trust and family. There's a confidence that you have with the Langland name, with the family, all the people that work here. When they contact you, you know they're there for you.
I can't say enough about Langlands, because they just made everything easy, and I just hope it goes that well for my children when I go. And they're real impressed with the way Langlands conducted everything too.